Hello, my name is Rebecca, welcome to my channel, and today I am making a little video about the step 2 of my process of detoxing myself, like doing a heavy metal detox this summer. So step 1 was when I went to Cancun and I got my Amygdalin fillings out, and so now I'm mercury free. So I'm really excited. I just got the hair analysis thing in the mail, and I'm going to follow the instructions, and I'm going to do a hair test, and then send it back with the place Nutri test. They sent me all this, the documents. There's a secure envelope to put my information back in after, and then also a little form to fill out. So I'm gonna do all that tonight, follow instructions, cut my hair, send it back. Now the reason that I want to be doing a hair analysis and I'm going the scientific way is because I want to have a little bit of proof for this. Like I feel like right now I'm doing like a science experiment. I really trust in Ayurveda as a holistic spiritual science that has helped me find my balance and it keeps me healthy. And I know how to read the symptoms of the imbalances of Ayurveda, but the thing about like metals, heavy metals, this is something that goes like a little bit deeper. And even though through living an Ayurvedic lifestyle and naturally detoxing and doing Panchakarma, we are detoxing metals throughout the year. We are extra detoxing them certain times. We are eating foods and taking certain binders, like triphala, for example. Triphala is a binder, and that is really recommended. Like almost all Ayurvedic practitioners are recommending triphala at one point or another to their clients, not for the purpose of mental detox, but for the purpose of healthy digestion. Now, the reason that you hear those insects? I'm trying to film here. The reason that I'm doing this hair analysis is that I want to see the level of metals and stuff that I have in my body right now, and I want to see if the metal detox reduces that. Because when you do a detox, like I know the effects of the Panchakarma that I do. Panchakarma is an Ayurvedic detox, but it's purification and tonification. So it helps you to detox your system, but it also helps you to build up the system after you do the purification process, which is a lot of detoxes and a lot of like programs don't do that. And that's why I really like trust and believe in Ayurveda and the mini Panchakarmas that I do with my clients. Like I lead my clients through these mini Panchakarmas. I really trust in them. And I can see the results, and we can see the results like on an Ayurvedic lens. But doing this like heavy metal detox is something that's like a little bit different. And to be able to see it, I can't see through an Ayurvedic lens. I want to see it this time through a scientific lens. Now the scientific lens is to get the studies. Now I'm going on my way down to get a blood sample, and then somebody told me that when you get your blood tested, it only tests like if you have like too much poison or too much mercury at that moment, or too much metal like in the moment. It tells you what's going on in the body. And I don't have like a metal exposure or mercury exposure right now. I have had exposure to metals, heavy metals, and mercury throughout my whole life. And I've also been doing detoxes. Lots of detoxes. I've even done Kambo. If you don't know what Kambo is, there's another, I can make a link to that below, to a little video about Kambo. But it was another detox I did it's a little bit more intense, but you also purge a lot of toxins and things that your body's holding on to. When you begin studying Ayurveda, when you begin studying yourself, you start to like watch your body and like watch the science, and like you become your own doctor, and you understand things, and you also, your intuition can guide you a lot of the ways. So like right now, my intuition is telling me that the fact that my blood wasn't completely like just liquidy, that it has some texture to it, was the binders. It's like 3 months ago, I did this really intense energy work for like 5 days, and there was like a lot of energy work, like inner child work, just a lot. And even when you signed up for it, it said it might affect women's periods, like it might make it earlier or later. And mine was on time still, but I had a whole bunch of blood clots, and there were so much clots. Actually, I took some pictures of that too. And could have been alarming, you know, like sometimes like, you know, all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of blood clots that could be like, oh, something's wrong with me. But I just saw that and I was like, I was releasing stuff. Like this is stuff that I was holding that I'm releasing now, that I no longer need, that I'm getting rid of. And then the next month, my period was right on time and completely normal, no clots, blood, smelled good, everything's perfect. So that is just like a little bit of an insight of, I mean, how we can start watching and paying attention to how things are. I feel already that I know like intuitively that the heavy metal detox is going to work, and I feel like I'm going to be more clear on things, and I'm also going to be able to be more focused, and with that focus I'm going to be able to make new neurological pathways quicker, and with the conscious work of creating my new belief systems, I feel like it's going to be very advantageous to myself. So I'm very excited to begin it. But the thing about me is like I love sharing with people and I love helping other people. So with Ayurveda, I have like 100% belief in Ayurveda. Do I believe, I don't sometimes see Ayurveda exactly the same way as some other Ayurvedic doctors, practitioners, but I see it as a lens. And I believe that using the principles, I really believe in the principles, and I believe in everything about it, but I also believe that everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt, and the power of the mind, like what the person's actually thinking, is one of the most important things. So for me, the fact that I believe in Ayurveda and Ayurveda does work, it works even better because I have the belief of it, I trust in it, and I'm creating the desired results. Just like when people take like a sugar pill and they create the desired results when it's just sugar. And I really, really believe that this happens, and I think, and not just think, but like if this happens as well, where people who also, they can make themselves sick if they think that they're gonna get sick with something, or they're being told that they're gonna be sick with something. And so for me, for example, of course, I'm just a human, I have a human mind, of course I can heal myself with just my mind. So like, do I need to be spending like all this money on binders and doing this heavy metal detox? Like, will it be worth it? Like, if I feel better after? Like, I don't know. And so to be able to know, have a little bit of scientific backup, because like Ayurveda has backup. Ayurveda has thousands and thousands of years of people using it successfully, like hundreds of like thousands of case studies that it works. I personally have worked with like hundreds of people to be honest, you know, through giving them Ayurvedic advice, and I get a lot of positive feedback. Even like 2 years, 3 years later, people are sending me messages like, hey, just so you know, like that Ayurveda really changed my life. Hey, what you taught me really like put me on a new pathway, or hey, I'm feeling really good now, or hey, like my digestion's really good now I can eat these things, like it is a system that works, and I'm very proud to be able to be sharing it. And I also feel like sometimes there's modern day science, or there's other things, and there's other lenses that can be supportive to overall health. And so that's what I'm doing right now. It's like I'm going to be using my Ayurvedic lifestyle to keep me healthy going forward, but I want to do this heavy metal detox just to kind of clean up and give myself like a fancy spa day, you know, cleaning up my body for 5 days. The reason why I'm choosing the hair test is because I believe in it. Obviously you can't guarantee a perfect read because of like hair product, or like, there's numerous things that could like kind of change the reading a little bit. But that's why I'm taking hair samples from different parts of my hair and my head, as well as I never used shampoo or conditioner in my hair for the last 5 days, and I've just been washing with water. So I'm hoping that that's also going to help. And also normally I use just natural shampoo and stuff anyway, so hopefully I'll have a good read. The blood test, it just tests the blood for like pretty much like the heavy metals and stuff that you have right now. The hair analysis, it's gonna let you know for the last like 3 to 5 months, which is perfect for me because it maybe would have been ideal for me to get do this sample before I took the binders. But regardless, hopefully I won't find that much mercury after I do the whole metal detox and mercury binders after. This is what I'm really hoping for. That's what I want my results to be, but we'll see what the results are. And the Oligo scan was also something I was curious about. It's like a more new technology, takes a scan of your hand. In the place that I was looking at in Mexico City, they had requirements like of a whole bunch of other tests as well. So even though this test wasn't invasive, all these other tests that you're supposed to get were invasive, and I'd have to go to the doctor and get all these other things done. So please like and follow. Okay, this is very important for me to be making these stories. I'm trying to actually like share some proof here, share my story, and if I can get enough traction, it would be amazing that, you know, when I have to pay for my results, that maybe I have enough people that are interested in getting this done, that maybe NutriTest would even want to work with me to get my results back. So that would be like my goal, because I am making a financial investment into all of this stuff, which I completely 100% feel good about. I feel like it's worth it. But yeah, there's obviously, when you're going to get tests done, they cost thousands of pesos. So it's going to check my hair also for like the heavy metals and that I might have, but also deficiencies and your type of metabolism. So also interesting things. I think of metabolism as far as like acne, like fire, the belly, and but I'm curious to see what science says, as well as nutritional deficiencies. Like, I feel like I am healthy. I do though have these little indentations on the side of my tongue sometimes, often actually. And in Ayurveda, that is saying that it's malabsorption, which is like a samana vayu imbalance. And I don't know why I have this samana vayu imbalance. And I was thinking maybe it's because that if I have some clogged channels, like getting all my nutrition like where it needs to get to. I think that I'm healthy. Like, my hair is really long. It grows really quickly. I have to get my bangs cut. Like, I've cut my bangs like every month. My nails are strong. I have a good digestion. I like hardly ever have gas. You know, I have a bowel movement every day. I sleep really good, especially if I go to bed before 10 o'clock at night. Also, I'll be honest, there's something else that, like, the reason I'm like kind of really obsessed with all this right now is because I'm coming into this next cycle of my life, and I feel that this next cycle is I want to attract my partner. And so to attract my partner, I want to be as healthy and stable and clear-minded as possible, as well as I'm hoping that I attract a partner that also wants to be a dad. So I'm hopefully will like having like a family, having some babies, and I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure. And so I have, you know, like most women want to have babies before they're 40. So I'm cutting it close here, but I feel like 40 is really just a number if your body's healthy, and my body is healthy. You know, I have good period. I'm a healthy woman. I don't feel like I'm almost 40. I don't feel like I look like I'm almost 40. And I just want to make sure that I'm absorbing my nutrients as much as possible before if I get the blessing to have a baby. Babies do take a lot of your nutrients when you're growing them. So I just want to make sure that I'm healthy myself first, and I'm completely have a good nutrition. I know how to take care of myself, as well as I have less metals in my body, so that when I give birth, my baby isn't born with heavy metals, and also through my breast milk, it's not getting heavy metals, because there's studies that's proven that you can pass on mercury and heavy metals to your offspring. And there's babies now being born with like heavy metals in their umbilical cord, and they're just not the best way to start off, because heavy metals, they can have neurological impacts, as well as we don't really know the effects of all of these metals and stuff in us. And so I just want to have my child have the best start, and I want to take care of them, as much as I can. So I think doing a detox before getting pregnant is something very intelligent to do. Actually, in Ayurveda, they talk about doing detoxes as well before getting pregnant, before conception. And the detox isn't just for heavy metals, but it's actually detox like panchakarma, which helps to reduce like vata, pitta, and kapha, like the excess of toxins, excess of energies, so that, for example, if you have like a vata imbalance, like an extra amount of air and ether, and you have anxiety and insomnia and constipation and like lack of appetite and all these like different things, if you have all these things when at conception, when you're creating the baby, then that the baby could have more chances of having those type of imbalances as well. Likewise for both pairs. So like ideally, what I'm calling in is that, and so I just want to be like, I've been really taking care of myself, and that's why like I'm really like I'm very cautious of like who I'm going to be sharing my body and energy with for a partner, as well as I'm looking for a partner who also cares about their energy, their DNA, their energetic makeup, their spiritual energy, everything, so that also that maybe we want to do like a detox or like a preparation for conception and call in like a really healthy baby that wants to be part of this healthy family. So that's a whole nother thing, but everybody prepares themselves for different ways of life. I always wanted to be, I knew since I was like a child that if I was going to be a parent, I wanted to be like I didn't want to be like a stressed out parent. And I feel like I'm getting closer to that each year. I'm like learning more about self-love. I have so many tools now to help myself like get not as stressed if I get stressed out. And these like doing like these extra detoxes, this is like next level preparing myself. And just making sure that I'm like as healthy as I can possibly be. So when I'm calling in this next step, which I hope to call in soon, I'm pretty much ready now to call in meeting my partner and to calling in for us to be ready to prepare ourselves to have a family. So this test will be interesting as well. So it's testing my for the metals, but also I'm just going to share about my nutritional information with me, as well as my metabolism. Okay, so cut the hair in like 5 different places and place it to fill up this box here. I don't really want to do this, here, back of my head, I'm going to cut a piece as close to my head as possible. I think that my hair's kind of greasy. I feel different. That feels different. Just cutting that. No, that's well enough. I don't know. Package away, but there's just like this form as well that's kind of interesting. I'm supposed to mark like all the issues that I have that are clinically diagnosed, which is none. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to check to see what my metal levels are, my metals and mercury levels are, before I do a metal cleanse, so that after I see if there was a change, to see if it's something that I want to continue doing an investment in. Binders are something that are unknown to me. I know that binders have been around and even used in Ayurveda and in many ancient civilizations and like ancient medical systems. Binders have been used, but because it's a new thing for me, I'm wanting to experiment with it and also see some results. So that's how I am. I only believe once I see results for myself. And that's why I believe in Ayurveda, it took me many years to believe in Ayurveda, because I was a student of Ayurveda first before I started sharing Ayurveda. And by doing during when I was becoming an Ayurvedic healthcare professional, there was certain homework that we needed to do for ourselves as well as studying about Ayurveda. And so I once was a student of Ayurveda where I had to my homework was to scrape my tongue, and then my homework was to do neti pot and write about it. My homework was to eat slowly and be conscious of my eating. My homework was to be witness to my digestion. My homework was to give myself a vata imbalance and then do tests about putting things like different drops of oils into my urine, the first stream of urine, and seeing how the drops look on a vata imbalance, and how did it look when I give myself a pitta imbalance, and how did it look when I give myself a kapha imbalance. That was very fun, those weeks of experimentation and seeing the color of my tongue, seeing how my mind was, what was writing and journaling about my thought processes, because I really saw that I was changing. If what I was eating, what I was doing, when I was trying to consciously take in energy that would increase my vata energy, I did it easily, really easily. And when I tried to increase my vata or my kapha energy, I did it, and I enjoyed that as well. Because kapha, I do have a lot of water, I just don't have the earth, and I have more fire than water. So I'm more easily to get dried up and to have the colder, drier emotions than the water emotions. But I do have them. And what is this up here? I've been looking for this thing. This thing keeps out the cockroaches, by the way. If you put this on top of the drain holes, and then the cockroaches don't come up when there's light. Okay, we just tried sending in my hair sample of DHL, but apparently you can't send biological material with them. So just let that be a little thing sometimes. Sometimes you think something's gonna be so easy, and then it's just not. Anyways, I'm gonna find another company to send my analysis back to Mexico City.